Good Monday morning, everyone. It's beautiful here where I'm at. I don't know what it's like in Houston, but you guys know me, Amy, here with Sandy and Russell. And today our guests are Melissa and Alex. So everyone say hi.
Woo! Good Monday morning. Since we've been doing this, and it's been a couple of years, I think, right, Russell? Amy, somebody?
I think it's been more. But it seems like just yesterday. I can't believe it.
But I mean, it just makes you not dread Monday morning and think, oh, back to reality. Not that I do that most of the time, but just in case. I've always
That's Amy's version.
Oh, okay. Well, so Amy's excited about Mondays now.
I love Mondays. Mondays are great.
I love what I do, and I look forward on Mondays to kind of share some of the stuff I practice on the weekend. So this weekend, I got the chance to do one of my favorite things in the entire world, and that is to attend a writers' conference.
You love them. You would do them every month if you could.
I would do them every week if I could.
Alex, what did you say about it?
Oh, I've never been to a writing convention.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So this week I was at Write Fest 19, and we were there last year. Amy was there with me last year. We had a table. This year I didn't have my own table because I helped out with the Houston Writers Guild table. That's an organization for you to know about, Alex. Okay. The Writers Guild is kind of the hub of all the writing associations and writing groups and writing whatever in Houston.
And there's like 15 of them.
There's a bunch. And one of the things we talked about this weekend was getting all the writers groups in Houston together. And there was a person that did that in Dallas. She's called Tex. I don't even know what her name is really, but so Tex got all the writers groups in Dallas together and has a meeting on a regular basis of a representative of all the writers groups. And they really do more planning and strategic stuff with authors. So that's my dream of doing that with Houston. And it started years and years ago when I worked with Rita Mills, and she and I were going to try to do a Houston Book Festival, which
I remember years ago.
Wow, Melissa, you're from the old days.
I am. Sandy and I, it's been at least 10 or 12 years, right, Sandy?
It has been. And she was...
Melissa can't be old enough to be known you 10 or 12 years ago.
That
can't be.
Compliment.
I have to tell you, she looked exactly the same then as she does now. She does not look like she's aged a day.
She looks the same age as Amy.
We had more, so her book.
That is a true statement. I had to
but with a smile instead of Amy.
Like, oh well, she does. Yeah, this is a true statement.
She may be Amy's age. So
are we all about to share our ages?
No, we're not.
Only Alex's.
And then Melissa, another thing about Amy is she's expecting Meadow in July, and Meadow will be evicted in July.
I hate the way you guys describe it. It makes me want to puke.
No, it's true.
And Melissa has a baby, 6 months old. Is it 6 months?
He's 8 months old. He is actually taking a nap as we speak.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's the whole balance.
He loves his mother.
But we have Anna here, who is our new intern at Longtale Publishing, and today she is doing multiple jobs. If Jack picks up, she's going to go grab them for us.
Well, have Anna wave from behind.
I know, Anna, come on, you need to be over here. It's not just us. We've got Anna too.
Hi,
what's Anna's job?
So Anna's learning the entire publishing industry from start to finish this summer so that she can report back to her classes at A&M. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I think that we have some other people in the audience. I may even need to be an intern next summer then.
And you get to hold a baby. So.
Oh, now you're just nasty.
Russell is not a children kind of person.
Oh, come on.
Until they get Alex's age, and then he's good.
Yeah.
So, yay. So thank you for that trip down memory lane, Melissa. Remember when we worked together? Because when Melissa worked with me, my office was in a house, and I had the entire house, and my whole staff had it was a big deal back then to have an office. Now I am so glad I don't have to leave my house. I love having my office right here. So,
Right.
So that's what I did.
You need to tell about Write Fest, though. You know, we got you off the subject.
You did. Okay, so Write Fest is it's sponsored. It's sponsored by Write Space. And this was the first year without Elizabeth. Cassie was running everything. And so they have an opening if anyone's interested in checking it out for a new Elizabeth, who's the founder and creator of Write Space. A very different organization than Writers Guild because they have workshops and it's just a very different type of.
It's a beautiful organization.
It is. I mean, it is absolutely great. And so they just recently merged with Houston Writers House. So now they're having monthly socials and things like that. So Write Space every year this spring has a full week of breakout sessions, workshops, panels, the festival part of it, the book festival is on Friday and Saturday. And so that's where I was Friday and Saturday. And went to breakout sessions on all kind of things related to publishing. Great time. And met.
Your intern would have liked that, Melissa.
Yes.
I know. I was thinking the same.
And I met some really cool people. So one of the people that I met is Deborah Mouton. DEEP is what she, in parentheses, D is an acronym, DEEP. She is the former poet laureate of Houston. She is the first African-American poet laureate in the country.
Oh my gosh, wow.
I know. So she was the keynote speaker on Saturday, and she is amazing. And actually Cleo was there. Cleo was helping in the booth, and Cleo knows her. So she introduced Andrea and I to her, and she will be on AuthorTalk in July. So I'm really excited about that. I talked to quite a few people about being on AuthorTalk. I met
Sandy talks to quite a few people all the time.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
See,
Isn't
even
that part of
Alex
the
said,
job
do you hear what Alex said? I bet.
my husband says I'm the only person in the world that would answer a wrong number and end up having a date with the person. So
Oh my gosh.
I just
I've actually heard him say that.
That is
Yeah.
Yes.
because this just seems like an opportunity to talk. Anyway, I had a great time, learned a lot, got a lot of information, got more people for AuthorTalk. It was a very successful. Plus, I don't know if you remember Roger Leslie or not, Melissa. So Roger Leslie is a client of mine, but he has been a client off and on for 15 years.
Yeah.
And so he started a publishing company, and he was the host, the moderator of several panels. And that I kind of followed him around and took pictures. And
anyone who knows Roger well would do that too. He's a pleasant person to be around.
Really is. He is. And so through the panels I went to, I met the Texas Review Press.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be talking to them again. I met someone from Charlotte, North Carolina, and he has a new online tool that we're going to talk about, and I'm getting him to come and share it with our group. So, and then beyond that, a lot of people that I know that I've seen before. I talked to all of them about AuthorTalk, being on AuthorTalk. So it was great. It was a very great conference. So glad I was there.
So Sandy, you have a webinar, don't you, that you and Amy are doing? And it's about emails. I wanted you, if you could, to talk a little bit about why should someone do all that work to get an email list? Or why does Alex and Melissa and I need email lists?
Melissa, do you have an email list?
We do.
Melissa was always as good at marketing as I was, believe me. So I was just
email list at our nonprofit.
I was just there to guide her in the right direction, but she knew marketing. She understood marketing before.
Well, how big is Alex's email list? He's your author, you're publishing.
Alex has to start an email list.
Yeah, I have yet to make
Longtale
one.
has theirs, but as an author, I mean, he literally
He does need his
wrote
own,
this book on
yes.
Saturday.
You need to do better, Alex. What's the matter with you?
What's taking you so long, Alex?
I'll watch again on this.
So the importance of an email list is almost, I mean, it's just so important that it's hard to get your arms around it. How the most important thing an author can do is, number one, stay connected with their readers, and number two, find new readers. And that's the publisher's job part of the time, right, Melissa? So,
Yeah, but publishers don't do that, do you, Melissa? You leave it to your authors, don't you?
I say it's two-party involvement for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't do anyone's email list that is a client of mine, but I am definitely there to help them and show them and guide them and tell them what they need. So, so Melissa, one of the things that I've started since you and I have talked is a membership group for authors, specifically for authors. And I only work with authors now. I don't work with anyone but authors. And this membership is called Through the Eyes of Authors. Amy, if you would put the link in the comment section, please, on Facebook, because tonight we're doing something. I don't know if you guys got my email that I sent yesterday. And then
yes, I loved it. That was the best email you have sent. Oh, I loved it.
If it had worked, it would have been a good email.
I loved it.
That's because, I mean, I feel myself getting nervous just talking about it. That was one of the hardest emails I have ever sent. Because, and Amy knows me, you know, I don't like saying no to anyone who wants to attend anything of mine, whether they have money or not have money or pay or don't pay. So I did send out an email that tonight's training, which is in webinar format, but it's actually a training, it's a course. We're doing a course called How to Create an Email List from Scratch. And it's for members of the Through the Eyes of Authors group only. And so I'm creating a new link, a new everything, and sending that out this afternoon. But I sent that out to my entire list of 3,000, and to all of the people that get the weekly email about the course, because some of those are not members. They're people that I met and I invited them to attend. And I've had it be kind of open for a while now, because I really do think I want people to see what they're getting for their money before they spend the money and then decide that's not a good thing, because I've done that myself, and it's more challenging usually to get out of paying for something than it was to get into paying for something. So I didn't want that. So the course is open. We're starting tonight. Tonight is module 2, because we did module 1 2 weeks ago and everyone was invited. So you could see what this course is going to be about, because it's not going to be just here's what you do to write an email or here's how you publicize your list. We've started out with lead magnets and how to have what is a lead magnet to start with, and how to get people, get people into your lead and what your lead magnet should be. That was module 1. Module 2 is who's your audience. And then on the 17th, I am going to open it up to everyone, because we have Karen Thaxton coming to speak. And so she's going to speak to everyone. So anyway, tonight, how to build your audience. Who is your audience? Who's your reader? Alex, do you know who will be interested in read? And tell us what your book's about.
Sure.
Well, we're going on to that.
Well, we're going to go on to that
do
because it just plays right into him knowing his audience.
So
That's a perfect segue,
So I have
Sandy.
a book right here. It's sort of, there's a picture right there. Well, that makes it better. It's actually kind of a fantasy sci-fi-ish novel. The demographic I'm planning on targeting is actually teenage, middle school, high school. So those are the readers I plan to. Obviously, there's going to be some outliers from either spectrum, but that's the main people I'm targeting.
And how are you going to target them?
Well, most of the humor within this book, it's reserved for like teenagers, I wouldn't go as far as to say it's just for teenagers. Obviously, you can be a kid and still read it, and you can be an adult and still read it. But most of the humor here is like sarcasm and, stuff like that.
So Alex now has his Instagram page with his first posts, which are about his last, on Saturday, his release of the book. And now that's where you'll really be sharing a lot of your information.
Yeah.
Is through social media, the channel. I mean, there's so many channels that sometimes I don't even know about, when it comes to this age group. So.
Yeah. What is one that that most adults don't know about or don't participate in?
Definitely like the social media websites, like not Twitter and Facebook, because those are the ones that adults frequent.
Those are old people's.
Yeah.
Sorry, they are.
It's usually.
How about Twitch?
Twitch? That's mostly used for like video games, I've heard. I don't
know.
No, it's not. You should jump on it before. You should totally be on Twitch. That is like your demo.
That's your demo, dude.
All right, there we go.
Well, that's one.
Yes.
But
so I know that at one time Snapchat was really popular with young people. Is that still popular, or?
It's been really popular, I'd say. I don't go on it often, so I can't really give you the lowdown, but I heard it's popular among my friends.
So that's the next one that you have to get
I
onto.
gotta stop by.
And how about Reddit?
Oh, Reddit.
Reddit is your demographic, isn't it?
Reddit.
Really? I never thought of Reddit being for kids or for
guys
teenagers.
in that age group.
Yeah, it's just everyone, I think. It's not specifically teenagers, not like Instagram or Snapchat.
So, Alex, do you know anything about like a fan fiction and those sites?
I mean, I don't go on them, but like I know about them. I'm aware.
See, I wasn't.
In fiction, you're taking somebody else's work, right?
Right, I know, but I didn't know if that's a place to talk about your own work and stuff too. I don't know. I honestly had only heard about it a year or so ago, and I've never checked it out. So, just wonder which of these things, because there are going to be certain ones that are going to be attracting high school and middle school kids, and I can tell you that as a grandmother of middle school kids. And high school, and I had one grandson just graduate.
Oh,
but thank you. I was on my way to graduation last weekend, and I remember thinking, how many more of these? Because graduation is not like an easy thing. We drive to. This one was in Marble Falls. No, it was in Austin area. At this giant HEB convention center. So, going there, getting up the stairs and all that is not as easy for me as it used to be. So I'm like, how many more graduations do I have? And I'm like, never mind. I have quite a few more actually. So my middle school grandchildren, I'm always looking for a book for them. Middle reader, I think sometimes it's called. So is that the genre that your book is, Alex, middle reader?
I suppose it could be middle reader. It's sort of like coming of age, so it would be sort of appropriate for them, I believe. If they're into sci-fi or fantasy, I'd encourage them to give it a look.
Okay, good. Well,
one of the things
then let me tell you, sorry, Melissa, just one second. I just thought of something. Then let me tell you who your target market is. Grandparents.
Right.
Because
I think Alex would rather slit his wrist than target the grandparents. Did you see his face? Did you see?
But let me tell you who it is that buys books for children. It's not the parents. The parents, trust me, the parents are going to go buy the latest game for their video, Nintendo, whatever the latest Pokemon thing is, all of this. Books are not going to be what parents buy a kid. And a kid typically is not going to spend money on a book, right?
Oh,
how many books have you bought, Alex? Let's put you on the spot here.
With my money?
With your money, yes, with your money.
Money usually, but I have asked my parents to buy me books.
See, okay, so you could target the kids.
And reader.
I just like to read a lot, so I might be a minority.
It depends on if you're a reader or not.
That's very true, and the majority are not. So, but I do. One of my grandsons is from Vietnam, and he's the one I go by. All of the James Patterson middle reader books for, and all the Percy Jackson books, Rick Riordan, all of those. Every Christmas, he gets enough to last, because he reads them so fast. So yeah, that would be definitely, he would ask his parents. But he doesn't normally ask them. We're the ones that say, wouldn't he like to have some books in addition to all the other stuff he's saying?
Sandy, we haven't asked Alex yet, who is he, and a little bit about his story. I think that our viewers are like wondering, we're talking to this 14-year-old young man about his book. Who is this guy? Alex,
we showed the
Melissa,
cover, but
tell
yes.
us who you are.
And Alex, I'd like to hear how you found Melissa as well. So tell us a little bit about who is Alex.
Story.
All right. Well, I'm Alex. I mean, you already knew that probably.
Right.
I'm a high school student. I'm in 9th grade, 14 years old. I go to Stratford High School, I believe. It's in Spring Branch ISD. Of course, that probably doesn't mean anything to you.
My son-in-law went there.
Really?
It does, yeah.
Well, I guess it does. As to how I met Melissa, I was looking around for writing contests and stuff like that. Just, I wanted to.
So you already knew you wanted to be a writer or to write a book.
Yeah, I was a little bit competitive. I wanted to grow that spirit and check around for places where I don't want to say show off, but just places where I could write.
Show off is good.
Yeah, that is.
Showing off is good, but in moderation.
Right.
So I was going around looking for, and I found this one called I Write, which is, Melissa's. And so I was like, why not? I'll just submit like a little poem. And so, well, I got on and I met Melissa through that contest. And then we kind of just stuck together. Next year, I submitted another piece and I won again. And so I talked to Melissa about it. I was like, hey, I kind of want to write a book. And then, she's like, oh, I happen to run a publishing company, which was just a stroke of luck for me. It's really hard for, amateur authors to find a publisher. But yeah, we've been stick together for about
year and a half on this project. But yeah, you've been with I Write for over 2 years, going on 3 now.
Melissa,
which is like 40% of his life.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. You're talking about how you need to know math even in this industry.
So Melissa, explain a little bit about I Write.
So I Write Literacy Organization. It's a nonprofit that I started back in 2009. So we're coming.
Is this the website? Oh, this is your publishing company.
So I have a publishing company that came first that you see up on the screen, Longtale Publishing. And then about 2 years after that, I officially started iWrite.org. So that would be what we're talking about right now, which is a different website, just iWrite.org. And that came from just going into schools, and as an author myself and doing author school visits and tours, I would hear from kids all the time, and they would always ask the same question: can kids be authors too? So I thought, well, I already know how to publish because I have a publishing company. Why not start a contest where we professionally publish kids? And that's how the nonprofit got started. And today we have professionally published around 650 kids in the 3rd through 12th grade. And we have a massive book signing celebration for them every year at either the Hilton Americas or the Hyatt downtown. And then our kids, they're on youth clubs. So Alex is a youth club member. They can apply for officer positions, which I know he is this year. And they go, and where were y'all going this past year? Was it
United Way, I think.
No, Teen BookCon.
Teen BookCon? I don't know. I wasn't
They
attending.
go to all different types of things. So our program manager manages them, and then they have a president, and they get to really build leadership skills through that. So not only did he win a publishing contest and enter, and he's been alongside international winners because our publishing contest now has reached all parts of the world. So that's been pretty exciting for these kids to see kids that have flown down from Dubai, literally, to come to our big book signing celebration. And here Alex is in Houston, happens to live in the city where it's all, happening. But through that, we've just been able to really grow this connection of kids who like to write. Because, let's be honest, there's a lot out there for kids in sports or in dance, music, right? But there isn't quite as much out there for writing. So we're kind of that place for kids to have a voice and to connect with others.
And Melissa, I remember the first year you had the camp. It was a writing camp for kids. Remember that? It was like you were meeting in Hobby Lobby or something like that.
Yes, I know.
So you have come a long way, baby.
I know. And we still do summer camps just, through I Write and through some of our partners. We have one this summer at Spring Branch Elementary, and then we'll do other workshops. We've even partnered with the Bryan Museum, that Texas History Museum out in Galveston. We have programs with them. So yeah, we've definitely been able to not only publish kids, but then teach kids the, way to write. And we do that through our in-school programming as well with our big mascot, I the Guy. Lots going on at the literacy organization.
I'm telling you. And so I don't know if you remember, I posted on Facebook, you had shared something and I said, I have to introduce you to my granddaughter. So I have a granddaughter that teaches 5th grade in Kyle, so in the Austin area.
Right.
So if you ever want to reach out and start having a chapter or something, she's actually going to, because that's been her biggest heartbreak, is to see the reading levels of the kids in the 5th grade. And so she's having a reading, writing program camp this summer for the kids over there. So I would love to see the two of you connect. And if you want to, if anything comes of that, it'd be great. Yeah. But I'd love to see her get involved with all that you're doing. So I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great.
Melissa, how does someone get a hold of you?
So to get a hold of me, because right now I'm specifically doing everything through I Write. We're finishing up some contracts at Longtale Publishing with our authors, but we're about to launch a big campaign at I Write. So it's through iwrite.org. Melissa@iwrite.org is my email address, and that's the best way.
Melissa@iwrite, that's IWRITE.org.
Yeah.
So great.
And our publishing contest is open every year. It actually just closed 2 days ago. May 31st is when the contest deadline hits. You entered, right?
Yeah, I did enter. I was like,
so what kind of short stories do you write, Alex, that you enter into the competition?
The competition is usually a time for me to try new things and branch out a bit in my writing. I have a very comfortable niche when it comes to longer stories, but with short stories, I've written humorous, I've written poems even. This year, it's sort of a new thing. I'm exploring mythology a little bit and traditional Chinese elements of it, since the theme is international. So I was like, well, why not? I know this kind of stuff. So
that sounds like a writer would think of that, doesn't it?
Yes.
It's international. Why don't I write something about international? That's great. I love that.
I know. And speaking of that, what's really exciting about Spark is Alex is in the process with his father to translate this into Chinese.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. This book is about to come out in Chinese after the summer, and it just hit Amazon and Barnes & Noble as an ebook version as well. So the Chinese will also be an ebook. The printed version, though, they're going to do bilingual. So you're going to be able to see the English and the Chinese directly across from one another on each page. So that's going to be exciting to see.
That is exciting.
Alex, I have a question for you. When I spent some time in China last year, I was shocked at the number of graphic novel stores, the urban areas. Have you thought about doing your book in a graphic novel way?
I have considered graphic novels before. They are an interesting medium to, write stuff in. It's just I kind of suck at drawing, so that's not really a huge possibility. If I
get an illustrator.
Yeah, if I get an illustrator, then probably, yeah.
I thought about it too, ever since I got back from China, because it's a big deal there. And I spent some time in those stores, and they're beautiful stores. When the books are awesome. And I think that's actually a growing market in United States too.
It's not just China, I don't think. It's most of Asia where the graphic novels are popular. Like, it's really prominent in China, but like you have some in Korea and Japan, I know. So those are
I didn't see it in India though.
Yeah, not India. I don't think so.
I was going to ask Amy, is it popular in India? Because her husband is from India. So no.
No graphic novel stories.
No,
in
but
there.
we do have to give him a shout out. He started his first day today.
Oh, yay! His
We have
first.
to give him a like shout out. I told him, I was like, you're like doing adult things and stuff.
I know. Her
It's great
husband,
to have 2 adults in the family now.
her husband just graduated from U of H in May with just a few weeks ago with a degree in chemical engineering. And so Amy, your life has just been one thing after another. She's expecting Meadow. Her husband graduated. They moved to Bryan. So
And
all
I think
of
she
that,
has like 4 sisters and they're all having babies.
Yep.
I have 3 and 2 of them. One had her baby in April. Another one's due 2 weeks before I am.
There's 4
Well,
of
there's
them
so
all
many,
together.
it's confusing. I get confused.
Lots of babies for the holidays.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Yeah,
babies,
too.
Jackson must have heard that we were talking about babies because he woke up.
Oh.
Look at him on the monitor right now.
Well, in Amy's case, it's lots of babies for Grandma Vola. So Grandma Vola is very excited about all the grandchildren coming this summer. So 3
Before we go, Sandy, we need to talk to Alex about his book signing because it's very cool.
Yes. Okay. So Alex, what do you just launched?
It is cool.
It is very cool. You just launched this weekend, right? And so what do you have coming up for events?
I have 2 book signings in the next 2 weeks. They're both on Saturday, I believe. So there's one on the 8th at River Oaks, and there's one on the 15th at Blue Willow Bookshop. And we'll have the exact address and stuff, but yeah, that's all I can say for now.
Now, will you have information about that on your website, Longtale Publishing?
I posted like the dates and stuff on my Instagram. I will be looking into posting on other forms of social media.
Okay, and then for the older people, Melissa, will you be posting it on Longtail Publishing?
Yes, right. And on Facebook.
Oh, good. Yes, and Twitter and LinkedIn, all the old people places. Yes.
Yes.
I did want to ask. So, thank you, Alex, so much for being here. This has been awesome, and I wish you the best of everything. And we want you to come back again and Melissa, I want you to come back and talk about the winners of your your competition.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'd love to hear more. I do want to close with a word from Amy on Social Media Examiner. Is that the one Russell?
Yeah, because we have that on the AuthorTalk every week, and you're always so interested in it. And I wanted you to explain it a little bit.
So Amy's our social media guru, and
she fixes stuff when it breaks.
I wear many hats here. Okay,
That's why we call her the vice president of everything. So, so Amy, Russell asked you to talk about the podcast that they do with Social Media Examiner. What does that mean, and how could that help Alex with his marketing of his book, even?
Right. So Social Media Examiner they go live on Friday. They took off some of their podcasts, but they go live on Friday at noon, California time is how I say it. And you just go on their page, you can sign up for notifications, but they're always talking about the latest algorithm changes on Facebook or the latest trends on social media platforms that are dying or social media platforms that you should be on that they're on and why they're not on certain ones. So they're always kind of keeping you ahead of what's going on. And so they're like, Sandy likes to stalk people on Twitter. I stalk them on every platform that I can because the information that they give you is so valuable. They also hold conferences and stuff like that, but they'll go live and give you information. It just keeps you ahead of the social media because social media changes every 3 to 6 months. And it's actually starting to do it quicker now because they're trying to just
unpredictable.
So
that's good to know.
Ahead of it.
So we met with that recently with our AuthorTalk because all of a sudden you could not go live on Facebook from Zoom. And that was because Facebook changed a lot of their algorithms in April. And so we noticed it immediately. And so Amy,
they don't like third parties anymore.
So I found an article on it with some suggestions and I just forwarded it to Amy.
Amy solved it.
And can you please fix this? Fix it.
That's why everyone needs an Amy.
Yeah.
Everybody needs. And so that's a good word for you, the fixer. And actually, The people that are fixers for like political and stuff make a lot of money. So anyway, you're a fixer.
That works. So.
And she's actually going to, on our Friday mastermind, she's going to be showing some people how to do certain things on social media. I just always assume everybody knows how to tag somebody, but they don't. And
see, Alex is laughing at your comment, by the way.
I know.
I mean, I'm
He's laughing.
So
You're one of those people.
He's an old soul.
Yeah.
He's an old
Okay.
soul.
That part.
Yes.
Because another thing I showed David Bowles, who's our Westward Sagas author, he didn't know how to connect his timeline with his author page
You can do that.
and have a link from there to there. So I showed him how, I did it for him, showed him how. And then I'm like, if he doesn't know how, I bet there's others. So that's what we're going to do on Friday. So we have a Monday night, we have a training on something that's important to authors. Friday, we have a mastermind, which we get together for an hour and we talk about some of the things we learned in our training. And so that's our membership program. Plus, you have access to the membership site, which has all of the courses we've ever done. And we have a special private Facebook group where we share a lot of stuff there as well. So if you're interested, you can check it out. It's $1. The first month is $1. No, you can cancel at the end of a month. Just remember to do it though. Otherwise you'll be billed $47 the 31st day. So, but it's a lot for $47 a month. And so we really do appreciate all the people we have that help us with this. And so Amy is one of our biggest contributors. So thank you, Amy. And thank you guys for being with us today.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Yes, we hope that everybody goes and buys Alex's book at
Me too.
longtalepublishing.com, first of all, right?
Yeah, make sure to go.
Sure, you can go to Amazon and Barnes & Noble, but authors get the most from
I
direct
really
sales.
appreciate it if you do.
Can you hold the book up again? I actually have people asking for the name. One of the ladies that's on right now, Haley, I grew up with her. She used to be my neighbor back in San Antonio. Well, she's a high school teacher. And so she's been sharing this podcast with all of her high school friends.
All right.
And
Oh,
Good to
knowing
hear.
about the book.
Very good. Oh my gosh, that's great.
And
Great.
it's book 1 in the Ember series, so
it's
he's
gonna
got
be a
more to write.
series.
I did see that Ember. I'm glad you said that because I wondered earlier, what does Ember mean? So that's the name of the series.
Mhm.
Got it. Well, best of everything, Alex. So we want you back again, and Melissa, you of course, and Russell, Amy. I will see you guys tonight for the course, and then we'll see everyone again next Monday.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's been
Thank you. Any final word, Russell?
Yeah, I'm dying to hear stories about next year when Alex has English class and the conversations between him and his teacher.
I know, right? He starts teaching the class.
Right. And what do they talk about him when he's not in the room? The teachers.
too.
Oh my gosh, I have Alex.
I bet for most teachers that is a delight to have
Exactly.
someone that's interested. Yes.
It is. It really
I
is.
have a grandson, my grandson from Vietnam, actually. He's the same way as Alex. He really loves writing and reading. And so my son tells me he is a joy to his teachers. So, I'm sure you are too, Alex. So Amy, any last thing from you?
No, thank you guys so much for being on. Alex, this is awesome. This is so inspiring for younger people in high school and stuff to get them out there and to get writing and to publish books and stuff. So thank you so much for being on. I look forward to reading your book and seeing what other books you put out there. So thank you so much for coming on, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
So
And Melissa, I hope you'll come back with some of your other authors.
Yeah,
because
we
this was a great author talk.
Yeah,
And thank
It
you,
was.
Alex. Next time your next book comes out, make sure you come back on.
Of course.
Well, how long before your next book, Alex?
Well, I'm hoping to keep it to a year. I know the ropes around, editing and
Yeah,
stuff,
it'll
so it
take a
should
little
go
less.
quicker. Yeah. So yeah, keep an eye out.
Yay. Okay, yay. So we do welcome you back anytime. Just Melissa, you know how to get in touch with me. So and I foresee that with San Antonio and the high schools there and with Austin, that iWrite.org has a San Antonio chapter and a Austin chapter and a who knows and an international chapter. So
it would be great to have some representation of youth clubs out in the other cities, since Houston's the only place where we have a youth club. We go everywhere when it comes to our programming, but
Yeah, just
I just think that's so cool. You have a youth club.
I
really
know,
think
I
that's-
know. That is cool.
they're all
Very
becoming
cool.
best friends with one another
Yeah,
too.
it's
It's been
great.
really fun to watch.
So did they meet in person?
They do once a month at the United Way. And then the officers meet separately for another officer meeting. And then they also have other events that they go out to that are all either writing related. They also volunteer at iWrite. They work with other younger kids who need help from older mentors. So
So
You're an
Alex,
older mentor, Alex.
yep.
so Alex, these book clubs, book conferences, author conferences, writers conferences. I'm going to make sure you know about them, Melissa, because we got several coming up in the fall, and I would love to have you there. So
that'd be great. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
have a great week, everybody.
You
You
too.
too. Bye.
Thanks.
See you next week.
Bye.